Are we gonna be debating or discussing in delusional world? Or are we gonna be in the real world? Which one?
If we agree on something, I'm not gonna pretend as though I don't agree with you just because you're a woman or just because, people have positioned you as, a psychopath.
Look, Saint, okay? Now, look, let me just explain what's going on here. Now, what she really came to do is not really here to debate you. She came here to spit some game and knowledge to you, okay? She's here to teach you a few things about this and that and everything else. Now, everybody can see that, you doing your thing. You out here with some women. Now, she got some girls, too. Now, she's trying to do some business with you. She didn't know that you were going to be all up in here talking about her debate, her husband and marital status. No, that's not why she came here. She came here to talk to you about some real boss business, okay? Hello, America, FBI and CIA agents and fellow cult members. Welcome to Culture Club USA. I'm Deborah. Today's riddle is the cultured man versus the playboy. They're not one and the same. Was Bruce Jenner just a playboy or the fruit of the flame? Can one stud bear the weight? Is it facade or a frame? A playboy is not a man, just a pawn on the plane. Okay, on today's episode of OnlyFans on Trial, we have the saint and the sinner in a lopsided joust with author and podcast personality, Princella, the Queen Maker. Now, let's find out if she's really the queen or just a regular at her local Burger King. Let's dive in.
So let that first be said. On this side, we love women, we value women, but these are women who are respectable and respectful.
Wait, so let me just fill you in on what's happening here. So this is obviously a debate that's already in progress, and this centers around masculinity, and they've already exchanged some pleasantries, if you can call it that. This is going to be a fun one, guys.
And there are a lot of women who are low class, mentally ill, and those are the ones that we don't regard well, and we will put them in their place as appropriate. Princella.
I got a question before you ask me. Are we going to be debating or discussing in delusional world? Or are we going to be in the real world? Which one? I need to make sure I know where we at.
Well, number one, there's only one world, so we'll be living in reality.
She is not playing. I'm sorry. When I saw this, I just could not. She is like, are we going to be playing in the real world or delusional world? I'm just saying, because I am Princella, the Queen Maker. Now, what exactly are you making here, Queen? Because you ain't going to make out too well going up against the saint. Now, you already know what he's about, right? This is going to get good, people. All right, I digress.
Reality.
Okay.
We're not going to be in the metaverse. That's number one. And number two.
He said the metaverse.
It doesn't have to be a debate. If we agree on something, I'm not going to pretend as though I don't agree with you just because you're a woman or just because, people have positioned you as, a psychopath. If you say something reasonable, I will acknowledge that it's reasonable, because I think the more valuable thing is for us to build on knowledge together. The more valuable thing is for us to co-create. It just so happens that if you're a psychopath, there ain't nothing to create. I got to destroy you. But
baby, if I'm a psychopath, I understand that, because real people are psychopaths in the Matrix. That's why I asked you, were we going to be in reality or are we going to be in the Matrix? Because if we in the Matrix, yes, I am a psychopath. Yeah.
So
Baby. A Big Mac ain't no Whopper, okay? A Whopper is an impossible Whopper. It's a burger. You know what I'm saying? So if we in Burger King, we in McDonald's too, in the Matrix. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm just saying. This girl needs a reality show.
Let's start you off with this basic question. So one of your many claims is that women are the prize, right? Is that one of your claims?
Oh, absolutely.
Fantastic. Tell us about that.
Okay. Well, first and foremost, when you get down to nature, raw dog nature, and not a artificial system like we live in, it is the male. Yeah, it's an artificial system. Anytime you have to create laws and law enforcement, to redirect human nature, you're living in the system. So in raw dog reality, the male pursues the female all the time. He's wired to do that. And in raw dog nature, women get to deny, the female gets to deny access, right? Because guess what? The male's ultimate objective, biological objective, is to pass his genes along. Now, this is biology.
Now, first of all, that makes no sense. That makes absolutely no sense. Raw dog nature. So what? Tell me if I'm wrong in the chat, okay? But what she's saying does not make sense. Because if you're talking about raw dog nature, which clearly she knows about because she is a raw dog, okay? I think she's here to teach a saint a few things herself, you know, because she seems like she has some serious knowledge in the game. I mean, I'm just dying to see where she's going to go with this. But all I'm going to say is if you were talking raw dog nature, how are you going to be a woman telling a man and deciding what he takes? Oh, no, honey. As you know yourself, because you a stud, you take what you want, whether the woman wants you to take it or not. I mean, am I right? What is she talking about? Raw dog nature. Hello? It's nature. You're a woman. You are, well, I'm not sure what she is, but I'm just saying. If she is a woman, I think who knows what she is. If you're a woman, you are not going to tell the man what they can and can't take. If you're talking about raw dog nature, okay? Men are just going to take it. That's it.
To pass his genes along. Now, this is biology. Now, if we can't even agree with biology, then I don't know what we're talking about.
You're a true comedian. Do you yield the floor?
I yield the floor.
Well, it's impossible to gaslight a man such as myself, but she's making many attempts. We'll see them fail, just as her life in totality has failed. But to your point about nature and the state of nature, you use strange terms like raw dog reality. I imagine you probably got raw dog, which would have made you a single mother. And I don't need to.
You assume I'm a single mother. What makes me a single mother?
Your attitude. But let me.
No, he said your attitude. Oh my God. Lord help her. Lord help you, girl, child, whatever it is, because hopefully you're not a single mother, because if you are, you about to get roasted.
No. What makes me a single mother, Saint?
We warned you earlier about cutting off and interrupting, and I see that you're doing it again. And
so
this is hysterical. And you see what she did? She called him sinner. I'm sorry. Come on, sinner.
And so you can bully and not actually have a conversation, right?
You're cutting off again. You see, you've been warned 4 times. Did I interrupt you while you were talking?
I'm not going to let you sit up here and just say
Did I interrupt you while you were talking?
What makes me a single mother?
Did I interrupt
my attitude makes me a single mother? Does my attitude, no, seriously, does my attitude make me a single mother?
Now you're behaving like a child. We've tried to establish a civilized debate here. When you were talking,
saying random things like that does not quantify debate.
When you were talking,
what makes me a single mother, Saint? What makes me a single mother? No, you can't make a, sir, you can't make a claim and then not expound on it.
And I said,
what makes me a single mother?
I asked, do you yield the floor to make sure I didn't cut you off? I showed you utter respect. Even though you're not a respectable person, I showed you respect. And when you were talking, I didn't speak. And then when I thought you were done, I still didn't go out there, except that I asked you. I said,
what makes me a single mother? What makes me a single mother?
So hurt that you can't be civil. How could you purport to be a leader?
This is a question, sir.
You can't even lead yourself. You're so angry.
Do you think she knows what yield the floor actually means? Maybe she doesn't understand it. Maybe she's like, I mean, I don't know what is yield the floor? What the hell is what's he talking about? What's that got to do with me being a single mother yielding the floor? I mean, I'm lost here. This woman's face. I mean, she's got some game. I mean, I know she's got a line of ladies waiting outside for her, reading her book. I think her book is like the 51 Laws of Power, Female Power or something. I mean, she took a book and like reinvented it. Just like she's reinvented herself into a man.
Angry. You're so mad.
Sir, what makes me a single mother?
It's not your turn.
All you have to do is ask. You can't make baseless claims.
Now, folks, sadly I had to mute, and I really didn't want to do that because I want everyone to have the chance to operate as adults. But as you see, she was speaking. I didn't cut her off one time. When she was finished, I said, "Do you yield the floor?" which permitted me to speak. Now that I'm talking, she's so angry that she can't contain herself, and she's interrupting me for the 5th time. This speaks to her character. It's like, how can we have a debate if she's so angry she has no self-control? So
he's the moderator and the debater. Okay, he done put her on time out. She has been muted. You have been warned 5 times. You are in time out. Okay, young miss? Now, understand what yield the floor means, okay? You don't talk over the saint.
Number one, she speaks of a state of nature. She called it raw dog reality, which is comical, that she's speaking about her past sexual experiences. In terms of raw dog reality, as she calls it, which is a state of nature, she says that the female is empowered to deny the male sex. Well, this is quite comical because in a state of nature where she refers to there not being laws and government and policing, well, the female is not actually able to deny the male sex. I guess she's not watched National Geographic. Does it look like consent when it's mating season and the alpha male dominates the female that he chooses? So what you should understand about a state of nature is you don't want to be in a state of nature, love, because in a state of nature, a big mouth yours, someone would reach back and slap the taste out your mouth and you could do all of nothing.
Whoa. See, this is what happens when reality hits. Do you hear everything that he just said? Look at her face. She's like, he's right. How am I coming back at this? How does she refute what he just said? What he said makes absolute sense. Okay, you're not raw dog nature. Okay, we have civilization for a reason. It benefits us women. Or, you know, I mean, I'm not speaking for her. I'm speaking for myself. Okay, the laws that man created were created to protect us so that we aren't just running around getting, you know, assaulted and whatever and drawn into slavery and caved up and locked in chains. You understand? I mean, what is she talking about exactly?
Nature, a big mouth yours, someone would reach back and slap the taste out your mouth and you could do all of nothing. That's number one. Number two, in a state of nature, if you were attractive and I wanted to slay you and you didn't want to go for it, I just take it. That's in a state of nature. Government, police, and civilization favors the female because it protects you, because in a state of nature, you get returned to where you really are, which is called a state of weakness. And especially when you're pregnant, you're further in a state of weakness. The only time that the female is actually protected is when she has a male protector. Hence, the true value and power is clearly in the male, and you referring to the state of nature has only validated that. Now, I will yield the floor so you can get big mad and explain to me why you're not a single mother.
Oh my God, Lord. First of all, on a serious note, are you hearing everything he just said? If any female that's watching this right now needs to rewind that and listen again to exactly what he just said. You're out here fighting for all of these things, okay, to be taken away from us that protect us. Seriously, think about it. How are you sitting here fighting for feminism when it goes against everything that man has created to protect us women? That is a serious thing he just said. Think about it, okay? You know, that's why, you know, when, you're a stripper working at the nightclub, you know, I've seen some of these women on Access Vegas, you know, talking about, I have a bodyguard. Well, yeah. Is it a female or a male? Yeah, because you're leaving the strip club at 2 o'clock in the morning and you don't want to do it alone with a bag of cash and all that stuff, right? I mean, hello, wake up. Ladies, for real. Now let's see what she has to say. That was a big breath she just took. She's like, He needs a glass of, look, he's drinking some water after that. That was some fire he just spit. All right, let's hear her.
It's not my job to explain to you why I'm not a single mother. My question to you is, you said that I'm one, so I'm asking you what makes me one. and then I'll address everything else. But what makes me a single mother?
You yield the floor?
Yes.
Okay. Are you with the father of your child? Married currently?
Actually, yes.
I was not expecting that. I was not even expecting her to have a child. Well, actually, no, I take that back.
So you're telling the truth that you're with the father of your child currently married?
No, I'm currently married, but I'm not with the father of my child. But he did just pick her up and drop her off. No.
What? Oh, this is getting good. This is getting really good. You're currently married, but you're not with the father, but he just picked her up and dropped her off. Great example.
No. No, Saint. No, Saint. No, Saint. No, I did not lie. My husband does not live with me. We are still legally married. And he, guess what? Just dropped his daughter off here. He picked her up and took her to get her hair done. So tell me, what makes me a single mother when I have an active father in my child's life who literally just picked her up and dropped her off? Tell me what makes me a single mother. Are you saying that I must be sleeping in the same bed every night to be qualified as a attached woman?
Well, yes. Yes, that would be a yes. Okay. Gentlemen, this is why the government needs to stay out of marriage. Her. Okay. This is why. Is she absolutely nuts? So you have a child, you know, I don't know how old her child is or anything about her child, but she has a child and the father doesn't live with you. So how are you raising a child together as a family? How are you doing that? How many days a week does he pick her up and bring her to get whatever done? I mean, do you understand the mentality here? So she's sitting here saying she's not a single mother. So what are you? So you have a government, a piece of paper from the government that says you're married. So that constitutes you being a family? That's insanity.
Tell me, what makes me a single mother?
Ooh-wee. Do you yield the floor?
Yeah, go ahead.
Number one, I want you to know that though I must vanquish you in the public forum, for you are clearly a demon as far as ideology goes. I want you to know that I see through you like glass. And what I see
because the majority. Because
man, I don't debate, but if I did, I would be still on that yield the floor thing. That's brilliant.
No, because
that's why you single. You talk too much.
Sinner. No, Saint. Listen, I am a logical person who listen. You're not logical, sir.
You're not able to abide by the basic rules of decorum. You have no emotional control. You're not in a position to identify what's logical. I gave you 5 different chances to where I said, please stop interrupting. You have such a lack of emotional control. You're not in a position to lead anyone, for you cannot lead yourself. What is worse than that, I asked you a simple question and you straight away lied. I said, are you
what is the lie? What is the lie?
Everyone is going to be able to rewind this. You realize
they can
like me. He is literally, look, okay, you cannot. She is listening, okay? You better yield the floor.
No, they can rewind it. I am still legally married. I am still legally married.
There it is. She's still legally married. Okay, gentlemen? She's still legally married. How are we going to get the government out of marriage? It's a real problem. The mentality. Because, okay, I'm legally married. So what does that mean for her child? What kind of life is that? So you're legally married. So you watch your child. Can you imagine being a kid like this? My mother's still legally married, okay, but my father doesn't live here and he comes and picks me up. I mean, these kids are so confused. No wonder you have people like Destiny, blue hair, this, that, body. Nobody knows what's what, who's who. Am I a girl, a boy, or this or that? I mean, look at this. I mean, this kid doesn't know if this is his mother or his father. Think about it. I mean, for all that kid knows, maybe he has 2 dads. Who knows?
Great. Okay, so me and my husband, listen.
Are you in a relationship with
No, I am not. But we are still legally married, which is a question that you asked. Are you married? Yes, I am still legally married.
Okay, so you're playing games here. So basically, when I suggest that you're a single mother, I'm suggesting that you're a single mother because I observe that you have a lack of communication skills. You are displaying a lot of masculine behaviors.
And you're not Manosphere? And you're not Manosphere? And you're not Manosphere?
Look, I'm going to let you speak because you need to speak. You need to get something off your chest. I'm going to listen to you. Go ahead.
No, because see, at this point, this is just triangulation, right?
I'm going to listen to you. Go ahead.
This is triangulation. Okay.
Where is she going with this?
Okay. All right. So at the end of the day, this is not about debating points. Okay. Marital status, married legally. Okay. Filed for divorce. Divorce didn't go through. We got to refile. But he's still a parent to his child, which doesn't make me a single mother when you have an active parent, co-parent. Or are we playing a game about semantics with legality? What is it? You want me to be a liar because it doesn't fit your narrative, which I don't care what fits your narrative. Do you understand? Now, clearly, we didn't come here to debate what's the topic.
Just you're so out of control, and this is precisely why you are a woman that the father of your child does not want. And listen,
no, he actually wants to be with me.
He wants to be with me. Okay, look, Saint. Okay, now look, let me just explain what's going on here. Now, what she really came to do is not really here to debate you. She came here to spit some game and knowledge to you. Okay, she's here to teach you a few things about this and that and everything else. Now, everybody can see that, you know, you doing your thing. You out here with some women. Now, she got some girls, too. Now, she's trying to do some business with you. She didn't know that you were going to be all up in here talking about her debate, you know, her husband and marital status. No, that's not why she came here. She came here to talk to you about some real boss business, okay? Now, we gonna get down to the business or we gonna do this nonsense, okay? Because it really don't matter how many husbands or wives or whatever's going on with my marriage or if the government's in it or not. What matters is that I got this money coming. I'm in a strip club every night. I got chicks everywhere. I got these bags coming in. I'm making moves. And I think you got some talent. I could take you to place. I could take you to places, okay? That's what she's really there to do. She didn't realize it was going to be this.
Actually, he didn't want me to divorce because I filed for the divorce.
When I tell you this, I'm happy to debate you, but we have to inspect the background and credentials of the persons we're talking to. You were the person who brought up that you have a degree in molecular cell biology. Like we're about to have.
A what? A degree? Oh, maybe she's a science project. Wait a minute. She has a degree in molecular cell biology. Is she like some kind of experiment? What's going on here? She has a degree from where? From where? Boss Chick University? I mean,
that you didn't want to answer, that you didn't want me to bring up, but you want to talk about a marital status, sir. First of all, I don't even push the idea of women being with men. First of all,
you're interrupting again. Let me explain to you why this came up. You mentioned that you are a representative for women. Now, let me give you a comparison. Yes,
Now, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Not to cut him off. Excuse me, Saint. Hold on. I know what this is. Okay, she has a degree in molecular biology because she's experimenting on how to turn herself into a man or a woman or a woman or a man. I don't know. I'm not sure which is which. I don't know if she's in the middle of being a man or she went from a woman to a man. I mean, I don't know what's going on. All I know is that this is a real boss lady, okay? This is a stud you dealing with here. Actually, this ain't even a boss lady. This is a stud. You got some pimping up in here. I mean, I'm sorry.
Yes, a representative, a leader. Now take a time out to be silent so that you might hear someone else speak other than yourself, because it extremely is narcissistic that you feel you have to be talking constantly. Many times I volunteered to stop talking so you can express yourself. Now it's my turn to explain something to you. Now, you said you're a representative of women. You're a leader of women. Fantastic. Leaders are always under scrutiny because we want to know that you are somehow better off or superior, or your thinking, philosophy, and methods have yielded greater outcomes than the average person, which gives you merit for actually teaching them. Now, understand this. If you are a woman who can't even maintain a meaningful relationship with the father of your child, you failed in romance.
Whoa, hold on. No.
You hold on. It's not your turn.
No, because you don't get to paint a false narrative, sir. Sir, you don't get to paint a false narrative.
No, you will get a turn. It's just not your turn now. And you should have taught your kids that to take turns. I'm going to stop talking and then you can speak. It's not your turn right now. Be silent. And guess what? When you're talking, I'm going to take my turn to be silent. All right. Now you're trying to step out as the leader of women and you failed at marriage. Marriage is supposed to be till death do us part. And it appears you're still alive. So you failed at that. You're no example of romance. Furthermore, on a financial level, if you want to teach women, one of the most meaningful things to teach anyone in this land of opportunity is finances, and you've not excelled at that. And then if you look at education, you're just now getting a degree and you're creeping into menopause age. So you failed at that. So the fact is you have not outperformed any average woman. So what is so narcissistic in your mind that makes you think you're up here to be a teacher of others?
What you wanted to do.
Oh my God. Oh, now that was a mouthful. What's she going to say? What's she going to say?
Was try to look at my marriage background when my whole message to women is to not get married and to leave y'all alone. Right.
There you go. There you go. Because she wants to have her own harem, okay? Because she is a stud and she needs many, 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 many women. All right. So she doesn't, I mean, this is insane, actually. This is actually nuts. This woman is actually running around here telling women not to get married. You know, look at the example. Can you imagine? Who listens to her? This is scary.
Oh, yeah. Do not get married and to build a community of women.
A community of women. So she wants a harem. I told you. You know what? She must own some strip clubs, something. What's going on here? What does this woman really do? Because I don't want to hear about her molecular biology degree that she got from God knows what university. Okay, Stud University or wherever. I mean, what is going on here?
But
who publishes? Is this another OnlyFans thing? I mean, did OnlyFans.com publish her book? Is that where we're going here? Something doesn't add up.
But for some reason, you think I got a different message. And it don't matter what you think because my message is not to appeal to men.
Is because you're angry that you're withdrawing. Generally, this is very common. When people are losing at something, they don't want to play the game, you see? And it's almost like a woman who can't dance. She says the DJ doesn't know how to play the right music. That's all that's happening, right?
I love that line. That line is brilliant. A woman that can't dance. She says the DJ doesn't know how to play the right music. I mean, that's a good one.
Here. You see, all of the things that I said, you've not disproven any of them. And what's worse is that you are clearly a person who's reacting poorly to trauma. You weren't taught grit and coping when you were reared. And I can tell you how I know that because, see, look at this childish cackling. The way I know that is because your marriage failed in such a bad way that you're now telling others, don't get married. And that's really a sick, sad thing. And it hurts my heart to see that. You've suffered so badly that you're saying you're throwing the baby out with the bathwater and saying, even though marriages work for a long time, don't get married. Even though the data indicates that the children who are raised in families where their parents are married, they have lower levels of mental illness, which you're clearly displaying. They have lower. This woman is really sick out here. This is sad.
Like he wasn't just laughing, Lord.
This is sad. You see, and another thing that you'll notice with personalities like yours, you claim that what I said was a lie, but you didn't dispel any of it. I pointed out that you were not able to get along in a happy marriage and your marriage essentially failed. That's a fact. There's nothing wrong with the truth. I pointed out a number of things that are factual and there's nothing wrong with that.
How is it a fact because you make an opinion? You don't even know who I am.
Did you ask me if I...
What is she? I mean, this woman... This woman, I mean, she's getting really triggered. Can you see this? She is really getting triggered. All this laughing and cackling and giggling, that's nerves. That's nerves right there. She is like, how did I get on here? Who booked me on this podcast? Because I need to get off here right now. This man is sitting here telling me, I mean, he talking about my degrees, talking about, I mean, like you went, what degrees did you go to? John Madden University. Okay, I know how to, I played it. I can play John Madden with the rest of them. What, Berkeley, Brown, Brown University. I mean, we all went to Brown University. Okay, it's called the School of Hard Knocks, Saint. Okay, and what you gonna do is sitting here schooling me on something. You ain't gonna be up in here giving me one of your lectures. I mean, do you get this? This is what's happening. It's like this isn't a debate, really. It's almost like she's in his class. It's like she should actually be taking notes for her next book. Don't do that. Don't do. Sorry.
The fact, because you make an opinion. You don't even know who I am.
Did you ask me if I yield the floor? Like I'm showing you the decorum, and it seems as though you're having trouble catching on to that.
You yield the floor.
He must have taught at Catholic school. He had to have taught at Catholic school. Was he a priest at one point? There's no way this man did not teach at a Catholic school. Okay, yield the floor, young miss. Sit down. Say your rosaries. I mean, I would be like, Lord Jesus. I wouldn't say a word. It's for a woman.
Do you yield the floor?
I yield the floor.
Right. So, how do you know me?
What do you mean? How does he know you? You're an online personality. You're an author. Okay. Yeah. OnlyFans.com publishing, but you're an author and you have a podcast. Okay. What do you mean? How does he know you? Where is this going?
Oh, damn. Are you asking me the question right back? You yielding it back to me?
Yeah, I yield you the floor. How do you know?
Sorry. Number one, I do not know you at all. In fact, I think
you yield the floor.
No, I don't. I think that you show your best front to the public. And I think that if we did get to know you, the things that we would uncover would be quite disturbing. I can see that there's a lot of pain in you, and the pain has created your current mindset.
Oh boy, this is hilarious. Do you yield the floor?
For example,
do you yield the floor?
I said no. For example, you're a person who has gone through marriage, and your marriage crumbled, and it broke you on the inside such that you said the whole institution of marriage is bad.
Oh yeah. Okay, so don't take this shit seriously. Just sit up here and laugh at this shit.
You don't have to curse and be so vulgar. It's okay to be civilized and to be refined and to be articulate. You're intelligent enough to be articulate. You don't have to curse. So I'll give you another chance at the debate. So, for example, you're saying women are the prize, and your point was that in a state of...
Did you catch that? He said, I'll give you another chance at the debate.
Women are the prize, and your point was that in a state of nature they get to deny intercourse, and then my counterpoint was in a state of nature men can force intercourse and no one can stop them, and that is much closer to how the lower animals who are in a state of nature actually engage in it. So your point was moot. Do you have anything else? I have another point about floor? Sure.
Okay. All right. So first and foremost, the ratio of male to female in these groups, the female typically controls the male, right?
This woman cannot get it together. Okay, now, look. Now, do you yield the floor, Saint? Now, in these instances, okay, all right. Now, what I'm trying to say here is a grass-fed burger, okay? Now, typically, now all grass-fed beef, okay, that would be the same as a vegetarian Whopper, right? Because, I mean, it's grass-fed, okay? Now, what's the difference between grass-fed and a vegetarian Whopper? Nothing, right? So you might as well eat the grass-fed beef, right? You feel where I'm coming? You understanding me now, Saint? See, I'm trying to spit some real game to you here. Okay, brother? Now, I see you trying to come up. Okay, that's fine. No, but I got experience. I got everything I need. And I'm here to teach you some game. Okay? That's what I really came here. I came here to teach you some game. I came here to help you level up. And you want to sit here acting like, you know, you better than all of us because you know, Saint, you went to Kemet. You know, you think you Superman. You think you Pharaoh. You think you God. Oh, because you went to Kemet. But let me explain something to you. When I get up in the morning, okay, I put my Jordans on one Jordan at a time, just like you, okay? I put my Fruit of the Loom boxes on one leg at a time, just like you, okay? And let me tell you something else. I put my official NBA licensed snapback hat on one snap at a time, just like you, okay? So I don't need you up in here acting like you better than all of us, okay? Because we are all in the same, all right? Okay? We are all in the same. I'm just having some fun, guys. I mean, this is crazy.
This is about funny as hell. I wanted to let you know, I do want to let you know that I am the center part. So me cursing or saying any curse word is because I'm the center. I'm not no saint. I ain't even gonna pretend to be one.
Ooh, we got some Fannie Willis in here. She's like, listen, Mr. Wade, he is a Southern gentleman. Me, not so much. She must be related to her.
When it comes to nature, right? The female is the biological norm. But what you have ultimately displayed, which you probably don't know, is that the male is the problem on the planet. Because an uncontrolled male, yeah, you just said it. Y'all rape, you murder, you do all of these things, and quote unquote, nobody can stop you. You can't even stop yourselves, right? Hence why you need law and law enforcement. And through patriarchal philosophy is what made you all uncontrollable. You talk about me being uncontrollable, but it's the rapists, it's the murderers and everything else who happen to be majority male that is doing this, which you pretty much just confirmed that with, we can just take it, right? Because that's y'all's mentality, which is one of the reasons why women shouldn't even be with you anyway. Right? Because that's how you take it into your marriages. You take it into your friendships. You take these same mentalities into your relationships with women. Because can't nobody stop you, right? And I yield the floor to you.
The crux of the argument was about...
I don't know what she's talking about. Okay? I think what she really meant to say is, you know, Saint, let me explain something to you, okay? Now, a Cadillac is a Cadillac, right? And a Cadillac is driven by pimps, okay? Now, you can get a Honda, all right, or a Tesla, and that has an electric engine. But the Tesla, that engine is pulled from the same pieces of the Cadillac driven by pimps. So is everybody a pimp that drives a Tesla? Is it really an electric car? Or is it really just a Cadillac? You know what I'm saying, Saint? I mean, this woman makes no sense, okay? I've never seen anything like this. Somebody that has a degree and wrote a book. Molecular biology. I mean, no comment.
About who is the prize. So getting back to that, who is the prize? You said that the female is the prize because she has the power of sex. And you refer to a state of nature, meaning without law, government, and policing. And I said, well, in a state of nature, that's still not true because the dominant male can take the sex. Hence, that's just a lie, what you said.
No, can you yield the floor just for a second? Just for a second. I just want to respond to that. I just want to respond to that before you get too far away from it.
Madam, I really want you to understand. I want you to watch this video back and self-reflect and notice that a leader, a civilized man, has enough self-control to be prudent and pause and just wait until you're finished to say what he has to say. Conversely, one who is not fit for leadership, you behave more so in an impulsive way in which you can't.
That's cool. I won't be a leader to you, but please yield the floor.
Really, I used to be a 6th grade teacher in Baltimore, Maryland. And one thing I observed consistently among my 11-year-olds is that they were very impulsive because they're young and unrefined.
That's all good. I won't be a leader to you. So since I'm not a leader, can you yield the floor?
You're not a leader to anyone. You are a person who is collecting together broken women.
That's great.
Ouch. A person that is collecting together broken women. Wow. That hurt.
That's great. Yield the floor, please. That's all I'm asking you.
Why are
I don't care about because I don't care about your opinion. Can you yield the floor?
Wow,
Please.
you're a very angry person.
I'll be angry. I will be angry. I will be not a leader.
You better watch out, Saint. You know, she might put her brass knuckles on and show up right at your doorstep, okay? And show you how angry she actually is, okay? Don't even try, because, you know, she got a Cadillac. And she got some pimps and pimpettes, and she got a whole harem up in here. And you ain't gonna be able to fight with all your boxing 25, 30 women. Of course you can. That's what she doesn't understand.
You yield the floor. I'm just going to say this. I'm just going to say this. If y'all...
whatever you say, because you don't have any decorum and you're not civilized.
That's all good. That's all good. Now, if the woman is not the prize, then why do you have to take it? Why do you have to rape and take what ain't a prize? Let me ask you. That's all I want to know.
Do you yield the floor?
Yes.
Okay. So number one, your question is, why do you have to take? You use the term you. I've never taken anything in my life. And here's a fact. The overwhelming majority of males have not sexually assaulted a female probably in their entire life. The overwhelming majority of males. So when you say that, it doesn't even make sense because it's not relevant. You were talking in a theoretical state of nature.
In nature, is that theoretical? In nature, that's exactly how it goes. That's exactly how it goes in nature.
Again, you have no control. You behave like an...
Listen, let's cut the chase and let's go back and
look, Saint, listen, cut the chase, because right now what she's thinking is she wants some malt liquor, a honeyberry blonde, a Popeye's 3-piece, would definitely get this party all fried. Gonna be. Well, she says she wants a spicy jerk chicken, some dirty rice, a pack of Newports, would definitely get this party all fried. That's what she's really thinking, you know? She can't concentrate because she wants those wings. She wants that dirty rice. She wants the Newports, you know? The malt liquor. I mean, how long you gonna keep her? I mean, she can't go too long without that malt liquor. That's what she thought this was a party, not really a debate.
Back and forth, let's have a dialogue. You said in nature, males can just...
We can't have a dialogue because you can only dialogue with civilized persons. I think we've all observed that you keep on interrupting. It's so strange that you would ask me a question and then interrupt me while I'm answering the question you asked. I mean, it's quite sad. I mean, come on, let's be real here. And on the other side, I've not interrupted you at all.
But you're deflecting. You're deflecting because you said in nature, males could just take it, and they do just take it. So the question is, if the woman is not the prize, why would males go against her no and just take it? You see, people take money. People rob for money.
People also work hard to make money. Everybody doesn't rob and take, okay? Like, this is on a serious note now. Women like this are so delusional. And the problem with it is that they have a voice that's actually being heard. And they're actually brainwashing women and leading them down such a dangerous path. Okay, because first of all, just her whole persona, okay? I'm here fighting the war on femininity, and I'm basically fighting her, okay? Because listen, she is not a man, although she'd like to be one. And that's probably, like I said, why she went to get her molecular, whatever the heck degree she's got from whatever university that is. Okay. She hates herself. She doesn't want to be who she was born. Okay. Probably because something bad happened, but that's not an excuse. It's really because of laziness. Okay. It's easier for her to go around and being, a boss woman and doing this and doing that and take advantage of a bunch of other women that are in bad places instead of going to those women that are in a low place and really helping them figure out how to get out of it and teaching them the real things on what you need to survive in the world, which is a man, by the way, because no woman can really survive without a man. Think about it. Think about it. I say this over and over and over again. And this narrative is just ridiculous. I mean, come to New York City. Every girl is a guy now. Every guy is a girl. You go into even like Bergdorf and here's a man in men's clothes with heels, though, lipstick, and a Chanel bag. I mean, everyone is so confused because they're listening to people like her. Can you imagine? She wrote a book. Somebody published a book by this woman. I mean, does anybody read these things before they publish them? I'm just saying.
People rob for food. People take things that are valuable. If the woman is not valuable, why would a male have to take vagina from her?
Would you like me to answer that?
Go ahead.
Does this mean that you yield the floor and you won't interrupt my response?
Go ahead.
All right.
I don't believe that. He's going to have to mute her and put her on a timeout.
I'm going to help you out. You are so broken that you view the
So you
woman.
ain't got to answer. Got you.
No, I got it. Just don't talk.
No, you ain't got to answer. The broken shit. Why do males have to take it?
Just stop it. Just stop it. Be silent so you can
You
get
ain't
an
got
answer.
to answer. Got you.
Just be silent. You're so broken that you identify the woman and sex as the same thing. So when you talk about in a state of nature, if a caveman, for example, if a caveman were to take sex from a woman, you're suggesting that the woman has value because he took the sex. Well, let me make it simple for you. There's a woman, which is a whole being, inclusive of personality, brains, service, all kinds of things, love, all kinds of things. Then there's vagina. The man might, or the caveman, more accurately, he might take the vagina, but he doesn't take the woman. He dominates the body of the woman and then discards her, which is to let you know that the physical sexual value is only a temporary value. And in fact, if you want to put the male and female up against each other, which is irrelevant, the true value is clearly the male. How do we know? The female declines rapidly in value over time. For example, you at your advanced age, you're not fertile. You can't even have kids.
Look how she's acting. Look how she's acting. See, this is because she's actually really bothered by what he's saying. Okay. Why? She's like, I hate my mother. I hate my mother. And that's why I had to turn into a boss. Okay. Give me my honey blunt. Give me my honey blunt. Give me my honey blunt. I mean, okay. Really. She is. I mean, I feel sorry for her. I really do, because you can tell she's not, I mean, she has some intelligence going on here, I think. I'm not sure. I think. I'm not really sure, actually. But this woman is so... I don't even know how to explain this. How could anyone take her seriously right now? Everything he's saying is she finds funny. I mean, she actually finds it funny that she is literally a single mom. Her marriage didn't work out. And she has a child that's looking at this while she's over here being a boss and telling women not to get married. Does that make sense? I mean...
You can't even have kids. Conversely, if I were the same age as you, I'd still be able to do everything I could do when I'm 21. You see, I can still have children. I can still run a 6-minute mile. I can still beat a man in a boxing match. All of the values that a man has maintain over a much longer period. And what's worse, the female biology goes through menopause, which basically turns you into a different person.
Why does she find that funny? Honestly, what is funny about that to these women? He's telling like serious truths. And you know, this is so sad because there's this whole feminism thing, right? Oh, go sow your wild oats. So go be a whore prostitute. Okay, destroy yourself and then try and do whatever you want. But oh no, forget that. You don't even need a man. You don't need to procreate. You don't need to do anything. And then these poor girls, they get to a certain age and then they regret the choices that they made. But the colleges, the schools, now the grade schools, for God's sake. I mean, it seems like everywhere you go, they're pushing this narrative, right? Pushing this narrative. Because really, they want to control you, ladies. See, you're stronger with a good man. You understand that, right? You have way more power when you are aligning yourself with a strong man. You understand? But you want to be a slave to the government, actually, because that's what it is. You have to work now. You have to do this. I mean, how difficult is it when a woman goes through a divorce? You see it over and over again. They had to get a job. You know, they were living in a mansion, but now they don't have the same money. They got to get a job. But who filed for the divorce? Most of the time, it's the female, which is absolutely insane. I mean, it's very sad. It's very sad.
Pause, which basically turns you into a different person. It affects your chemistry. That being said, a female further can only be impregnated by one man at a time, and she's in a greater state of weakness while impregnated and needs to be taken care of. In the modern society, which is broken and has broken families, we even have something for this. It's called maternity leave, which means the employer in society does you a favor because you're in a state of weakness. Conversely, the male, for example, he can impregnate theoretically an infinite number of women, and it doesn't destroy his body. It doesn't make his body less attractive, less strong. So over the long haul, we see on a consistent basis, the male is clearly more valuable. But understand this, I am not one like you who are clearly probably a homosexual now. I'm a heterosexual man. My great effort is not to establish the male is more valuable than the female. My great effort is to establish the union of the two as the most valuable thing. You're a sick person who has such a bad relationship. You said, I'm just sticking to women. I yield the floor.
Okay.
Amen. That poor woman, or whatever she's trying to be. Okay. You see what she was doing the whole time? She's like, I mean, she does understand what he's saying here. She does. Don't let her fool you. She's not a complete idiot. Okay. She does comprehend all of this. She just doesn't want to own those facts. And that's exactly what he is speaking. He is speaking facts, which women just do not want to accept. Let's see what her comeback is.
Okay, thank you for yielding the floor. Now, you just went all of that blah, 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 blah to deflect from the question that I asked you, which was if women were not the prize, why do men have to them? First and foremost, the biological fact is that by nature, the ultimate objective of the male is sex. Sex is the male's biggest impediment.
She would know. She would know.
And it is his ultimate biological objective. His number one reason for pursuing a woman is sex off the rip. And this is the reason why they have to take it. And on top of that, there are 41 different shades of men, and they use you for something. And don't let a male try to lie to you as if he ain't trying to use you for something, baby. A male can run 6 miles, but they stay lazy as hell. Most of them ain't doing that. They can run however much they want. But guess what? They want a woman to cook. They want him to they want her to produce his kids. They want her to do a whole bunch of stuff that has something to do outside of sex within this matrix. Okay. So
she is so confused. She is so lost right now. She is just lost. Okay. She was like, let me just tell you something, Saint. Okay. Now over here, what we have is a biological mess. Okay. Now on this side, what we got is a Burger King, right? Like I said, what is the difference between McDonald's and a Whopper? Nothing. Okay. Now you can't afford either. Now I'm trying to get up in here and spit you some real game. I'm trying to get you some real game here, but you want to sit here talking to me about nonsense. And none of that makes no sense, by the way, because I could do everything a man does. Okay. I mean, this woman is so lost right now and confused. She just wants to leave.
Biologically speaking, which is where we were talking about, these
pauses. Wait I got to bring that back. Look at these pauses. Now, this is somebody that has some kind of degree in molecular biology. Look. I'm sorry.
Logically speaking, which is where we were talking about, the vagina is on the woman's body. Her body is her. It's a part of her. And to take something from her because you feel like you can take it.
What is she talking about? Can you please explain this? What is she talking about? I know. She's thinking about them wings. She's like, look, how long are we going to go in this? Okay. I only had like 3 talking points. Okay. And really, I was here trying to audition you. Okay. Because look, I got some people up in here. I've done a lot of things. Okay. I've been background singing for every rapper. I know T.I. Okay. Personally. Okay. He done called me. I gave him the game. I gave him the game on how to do the drugs. I gave him the game on how to sell it. I was trying to bring you up. Okay, I was trying to take you here and bring you here. Okay, I mean, really? I mean, why are we trying to do this? All right, this is what she's doing. Oh, no, wait. She said, I'll drive over in my Hondo from my rented condo. You know I'm a broco, so I'm going slow. I got a broke girlfriend, look like Michael Jackson. Got a rich girlfriend, look like Michael Jackson. That's what she's doing. She's like, give me my girls, give me my wings, give me my blunt. Don't forget the malt liquor.
You're going to have to explain to me why that is not of value. You say it's of temporary value, right? Value is value. And guess what? The male operates from the lower chakras, from his lower self, which ultimately is sex.
What the fuck? This guy has such a headache. This thing is like, she's talking about chakras now. I'm never going to get out of here. I mean, this went on for 3 hours, right? I am not kidding you. Go to his page. This went on for 3 hours. He is like, get me. I don't use supplements. I don't take stimulants, but God, get me something. Call my assistant, please. I need a bottle of Advil right now. I can't. This woman just exploded his brain.
Or, okay, you don't want me to put it in chakra terms? Let's just go through Maslow's hierarchy of human needs.
Oh, no, she did not. Oh, I got to roll it back. Maslow's hierarchy.
Chakra terms, let's just go through Maslow's hierarchy of human needs. He operates from the lower self down, right? Yeah. Go ahead. Because I'm about to laugh at you, too. No, give me a second. I'm going to laugh at you, too, because this is a laughing circus here. So go ahead. I still need an answer as to why men rape if women ain't the prize. Right.
I actually already answered that question. How you were able to miss the answer is only a representation of your level of.
No, I didn't miss it, but I wanted you to repeat it.
That's not a representation of the answer being absent. That's just that you didn't get it. And I will break it down once more.
Go ahead.
You are so base in your understanding that you identify the woman as the vagina, whereas a real woman has so much more to offer than her vagina. And the male values in the woman that's not worth anything. The only thing he can value is the vagina. It's an inherent value, but it's only temporary. That's why we don't keep those women. We will slay them and play them. We'll discard them, similar to what has happened to you. So the fact is that I know you've clearly been victim of some kind of sexual trauma. And honestly, that saddens me. If I could undo that for you, if I could have provided you a better protector, better father to have prevented that, I would absolutely do that. But the level of anger that you have right now, you're expressing a philosophy I've heard many times before.
This poor woman. Oh my gosh. I'm going to pray for her. She needs prayers. I wonder if her father was there when she was being raised.
It comes directly from Valerie Solanas, who's probably the chief philosopher of gender feminists. You probably have never heard of her, but that's where your ideology comes from. This
She doesn't even know where her own ideology comes from. She's sitting here going like, who that? Who that? Is she a pimp? Do I know her? Okay, because I never saw her up here. And, I mean, oh God, this woman is, she's destroyed, right? She got off this podcast and was like, I need some malt liquor, some honeyberry blunts, a Popeye's 3-piece. We'll definitely get this party all right. Gonna be. Okay? That's what she's doing. She just wants to forget it all. She needs to be numbed and dumbed down, bitches and hoes and whatever else. And she wants to forget this ever happened. Okay?
Sexual lesbian white woman who actually ended up killing a man. And you, with your kind of mindset, it's impossible for you to have a proper relationship with your husband.
What the hell that got to do with the question I asked you, sir? No, seriously, because this is a circus. I don't got time for that. No, it's a circus. It's a circus, sir.
I don't interrupt you. There's repeated interruption. Some people hate the truth. What I'm saying to you is that when you have hatred of men, there's no way you could have a proper friendship with your former husband who is a man. In my case, I have a great respect and love for women. That's why I'm able to understand the woman with holistic approach rather than just looking at her as vagina. So my answer to you is, the woman is valuable, but she's not the value you identified, because when you're using the state of nature analogy and we're talking about the ability of some cavemen to take sex from the female who is unprotected, they're only taking that as a temporary value. And in fact, the female declines rapidly in value over time. That is why marriage and typically monogamy are more value to a woman, because it benefits them, because their value on the sexual marketplace declines rapidly. And are you a homosexual now? Is that what you're saying? You're practicing homosexuality?
Practicing, baby, I get more pussy than you do.
Oh, wait. Oh, I knew it. See, I told you.
Practicing, baby, I get more pussy than you do.
She said, I'll drive over in my Hondo from my rented condo. You know I'm a broco, so I'm going slow. I got a broke girlfriend, look like Michael Jackson. Got a rich girlfriend, look like Michael Jackson.